In the build-up to the referendum day, I have seen Ireland and its people become so passionate, so fiery and fervent in campaigns and conversations. There are placards and banners widely distributed on the streets of Dublin. Stop policing our bodies. My body, my choice are few of the slogans I see every day on my commute to and back from work. Along with these are the images of fetuses displayed on banners. Your vote could kill her or save her. In the midst of these chaotic campaigns, what scares me the most are the young girls who are being misled and misinformed. What way, Ireland? On Friday, the 25th of May 2018, I urge you all to vote for what is right and not what you think is right. To repeal the 8th Amendment or to retain Article 43(3). Your decision is one that will last from generation to generations. My name is Abidemi Taiwo, and you are watching On the Couch with Abby.
It's quite prohibitive and dangerous.
I really was shocked. I do find it shocking. And I didn't know until I first read about it a few weeks ago in the Financial Times. There was a long piece about it. And I was so stunned. I actually went online and started looking it up because I thought, really? It just felt so retrograde. I know that in many countries in Europe, that there are still sort of these little constraints that even those I find quite problematic. The countries in which a woman has to wait a week or 2 weeks or something as though somehow she doesn't know her own mind. Right? But to think of this when women have died, because I find it really actually quite inhumane. But fundamentally for me, it reads as just a lack of value for the lives of women. Because I think there are things about the debate that I sometimes find just really sad. In the US, it's similar, where when people talk about abortion, there are two sides that are screaming at each other. And I just think the first fundamental thing to remember is that nobody enjoys abortions. Right? So this idea that they say things like, it's not like women wake up and like, oh, I'll have an abortion today, fine, right? Nobody enjoys that. Nobody sort of wants to go have a cup of tea and an abortion. But abortions for women at certain stages in their lives become necessities. And then a woman should be able to have one. And I think this sort of conversation where people say, indiscriminate, people are going to run off. And I also think, there's a difference between a dependent life and an independent life. Right? And when people will use scripture, and I found myself at some point during the debate in the US sort of going to examine scripture, and I found a bit in Exodus that you can use to make the case for a woman's right to do something with her body. Do you want me to tell you that bit of it?
Go on, I can't wait.
No, I won't tell you that bit because that's really not the point. I think it's really a point about human rights. I don't think that we necessarily have to use religion. And I think that people who don't want to have abortions don't have to have abortions.
That's the crux of it, yeah.
So that, we should let people who want to have them and people who don't want to shouldn't have to. But we should also, I think in general, what we need in the world is just to grow a culture where we value women. If we valued women as full human beings, we would not be having the debate that you're having in Ireland today.
On the 25th of May 2018, the citizens of Ireland will be given the opportunity to decide whether or not to delete the Article 43(3) from the Constitution of Ireland, also known as the 8th Amendment. Are you voting on the 25th of May? And if you are you a yes or a no voter? Do you think people really understand what they will be voting for? And in the event of a yes vote, what would you like the new article to be replaced with? My name is Abidemi Taiwo, and of course, you are watching On the Couch with Abby. And right now, I actually have Sarah and Sasha. How are you girls?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So, of course, next week Friday is the referendum. Yeah. Are you going to be voting?
I am, yeah, definitely.
Yes. Great stuff. So, do you know exactly what you will be voting for?
Yeah, I do know personally what my views are and what I'm voting for. It's difficult to put in words because everyone has their own personal views on what they're voting for. So for me, it's like I just believe that everyone has the right to make their own decision, and that should be the way it is. And no one should hold
Everyone has their own
authority
body.
over that. Yeah.
Up to them whether they want to get abortion or not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think it should be abused, and I think there should be obviously like rules and regulations to look after, you know, certain reasons. But you know, a woman has the right to make a choice, and that's the way it should be.
That's great. Good.
My personal view, and everyone's entitled to their view.
Absolutely, Sarah. But do you not think, you know, as young people, you know, people in this generation, do you think when, you know, a new legislation is put into place, do you not think people will abuse that legislation?
Well, yeah, everything is going to be abused. Like that's inevitable. You can't really, you know, that's going to happen no matter what you choose. Like either way, it's not going to stop women from getting abortions. You know what I mean? It's going to still continue. Exactly. It's just going to make it more comfortable for women to do it in their own country and not have to travel and not have to be scared and alone. You know, it'll give them the comfort that they need and that they deserve. Women, like, it's your body at the end of the day. Me personally, I would never do it myself, but you know, everyone's entitled to their choice, and it will be abused. That's going to happen, but you know, there's only a slight few people that will abuse that. You know what I mean? So you have to just think about it that way, really.
And in the event that it is actually the majority part of the country votes for a no, will you be disappointed?
I will be disappointed because I feel like that would be just going back on what we should be looking for in the country. Like, we should be progressing, and I feel like that would be just a backward step. You know what I mean? And I feel like my generation will probably make the right decision, hopefully. But you know, you can't really tell. It's kind of it will divide, I think.
I feel like it's going to
Yeah.
be I feel it's going to be
Yeah. I have a strong feeling it will be a yeah as well.
Well, I hope.
Yeah, now if it is, I feel like it will divide a lot of people, and it's quite a touchy subject as well with some people, so it's kind of difficult to talk about. I feel like, you know, people will make the right decision. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. So I'm here with Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
So are you going to be voting on Friday?
I actually won't be voting on Friday.
You will be voting?
I won't be voting.
Oh, you won't be voting, but if you were to vote, what would you be voting for?
Because of like the nature of my background, I will vote no. I would vote no. Because
Why is that?
I mean, everybody has the right to live, you know? Like, if you take away like that, okay, it's like a door. That's a door to life that you're taking away, you know what I mean? So whether or not there was activity in brains, because they spoke about like scientifically at these stages that they would do abortions, that the brain of the fetus is not active. Like, it's not active, there's no activity, and there's no blood flow or something. So they feel like what they want to do, they want to take away the right. They want to take that right from that, because it doesn't have life. So therefore they're trying to say that it also doesn't have the rights that we all have because we are alive, you know? But at the same time, it's like, but that was the door, you know? That was the door. So that is the reason why I would say no. Yeah.
And do you actually understand the Constitution?
I do. Yeah, like it was like 2 or 3 days ago when I actually went through this. I met with an old friend, and he actually explained what they were trying to do with it and the laws around it. It made sense, but it's always going to make sense when you're trying to pass a law. Like, people, you have to have people agree to something, even though it's a crazy thing to even debate on. But you have to come with something somebody can agree with before you make a decision. But I don't know. I feel like yes is going to win, just because that's the world we're in, right? Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for your time anyway. So I'm here with Mary. How are you, Mary?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So what we are asking questions about the referendum. So what do you know about the Constitution, you know, of the 8th Amendment?
Oh, is that a question you're asking me, the Constitution? I know it needs to be kept if we want to give a child any rights for life or anything else. But my concern is not really that. My concern is about the polling stations. Right. And my reason for concern is I don't feel there's enough oversight, because all of the politicians and all of the government generally are yes votes. And the vast majority of the population who voted for them but they reneged on their promises have no representation. So therefore there is no oversight. And if it was in any other circumstances in a third world situation, you would ask for UN overlookers or something else because you'd want to be sure that it was done right for everyone. Because in the interest of fairness, it needs not only to be fair but to be seen to be fair. Because the yes voters, especially the younger students, are convinced there is no other opinion, no other side, so they'll think it was rigged. On the other hand, we know we have no representation on the no side, so we certainly won't believe it either.
So do you think the younger generation, do you think they're following the bandwagon of voting to repeal the amendment?
Well, not all young people. That wouldn't be entirely true. But I think they're genuine, but I think they're greatly mistaken and confused. So I'm not questioning that. But I do say there definitely does need to be oversight, and also everything about it is difficult to sort out now at this point. But it might even help it if we just all voted with a biro instead of a pencil, because the pencils are the only things used in the polling station. Pencils are so easy to change. Yeah, so it's no pens. So pens would be a good start. That would be a good start. I know, narrow it down. Why do we need to get into confusion? Pens would be a good start, and then everybody who has any possibility of looking into it or looking over it should think about this, because actually it's democracy itself that's at risk here. Okay, so that's my full amount.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Mary. I have data and Jimoke here. They're actually from Italy and Latvia, but so they can't vote. But if you were to vote, what will you be voting for?
I would vote for choice. I believe that we're in 2018 and women should have the freedom to do whatever they want with their bodies. So yeah, that's my general view.
Okay. And yourself, Data?
I don't know, it's a hard question, because I don't want to have that responsibility for saying what to do or what not to do. First of all, if I vote yes, so many people would just be free, they would go have sex all over the place, and then they would be like, okay, yeah, I'll just get an abortion.
Yes.
But from the other hand, I'm not pro-abortion, but I feel like there's times when women should be able to do it, because if the baby is dead inside, why would you just carry the baby for 9 months? If it's dead, it's not abortion, you just take it out. I don't know, it's a tricky question.
It is. Are you guys going to be voting on the 25th of May at the referendum?
Well, we're from the U.S., so we can't vote in your election, but if we were to vote, then we would vote no.
Right, okay. And why is that?
Because we don't believe in abortion of any kind, at any stage of the... Right?
Same for me, yes. Who wants to kill a baby? I mean, why do you need to do that? It's very sad to see people...
Are you saying this from a religious point of view as Catholics?
Yes, definitely.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. Thank you. Are you guys going to be voting on Friday the 25th?
Yes.
Great stuff. So, oh gosh, I just...
Sorry, you can edit it out.
You can edit it out, it's fine.
It's the power of MacBook Pro.
What do you know about the Constitution? Do you know, if you were voting a yes, what you'll be repealing from?
I have an idea.
You have an idea? So
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
That we're not repealing we're repealing the amendment against abortion, but it's not going to be repealed back, so that it's
full kind of full back, there's going to be still certain restrictions.
There's a huge amount of paperwork that has to be filled out. It's not just everyone's allowed to have abortion now. Yeah.
Because I've noticed that some people don't actually know the history. They don't really know the background of the referendum and how it came into place. So I just want to get your thoughts on it. And if you'll be voting, we'll be voting a yes or a no.
Yeah, I'll be voting yes.
I thought as much. Why?
I just think it's really important for women, and I think that it's not fair like the stigma around it, that like women are like put down because they make this decision that men make every day. Like men get the decision whether they want to be involved in their children's lives, and like women don't. And I think like women get them like don't get themselves into situations, but terrible things happen. You know, people get raped, and like women don't have the decision. You know, and they have to like provide for this child that they maybe didn't even have the decision whether they wanted to have in the first place.
But do you not think young people, especially people in our generation, do you not think they'll actually abuse that freedom at a stage?
I hope it doesn't get that way, but I know that in like other countries it has gotten to that point. But I just hope that we all don't let it get that far, because I think that would be really sad for it to get that far.
And in the event of a no vote, you know, of it saying, you know, the amendment staying the same, would you guys be disappointed?
Yeah, very, very disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I will be a bit worried that the no could kind of prevail and like win over this kind of the thing, because there still is a lot of older generation like that's still very Catholic in Ireland and very religious bound, and are like God, like babies are gifts from God and all this. Like my nanny's like that, and still like, but that's just my nanny. Whereas my mum and all the younger generation of my family are all like vote yes kind of thing. But that's the thing, like there's still a high like percentage that could be still vote no. Like that's the thing.
I think it could be a huge possibility that the no vote could come in. This has been voted on like so many times, and I think it's a huge possibility. I hope not. I think like it is the final step to becoming like a secular country and everything being like separate from the church, and you know, like I think it would be like a really good thing for the country.
Great timing.
Great timing. Can't you see we're shooting here? How rude.